Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Roxanne. This is Daily Rambles. Today we're doing Supergirl Season 3, Episode 21 called Not Kansas. Sorry for not uploading last night. I was at a friend's barbecue until 11:30. I had no intention of staying that long, but I just did. So anyway, let's jump right into the video. So we start off with an epic fight scene, and then Monel throws Lena the rock. She does the cure, she does what she needs to do, and she slides it back to Monel, and he injects rain, and it supposedly kills her. And then we have Sam is back, and then Ruby sees her at the DO where she is recuperating. And then Supergirl asks Lena if she can make more of the Black Rock. She says she'll work on it. And then Supergirl tells Alex about her mom and wants to go back. And Alex obviously will miss her like crazy, but she encourages her to go and to go see them. And then the DU throws her a going away party. And then she invites Monel to go with her. And he accepts, and so they do a speech and they go back home. And then she sees her old friend, and turns out she's married with kids. So they're, and she's like the peacekeeper, kind of like the police officer there. And then we have the DO is bored as hell at work. uh, but there's a robbery, but the guy used like an assault like weapon, and it made dents in James's shield. So he manages to get away. Then we have Alex talks to John about her dad. His dad is dying, and they need to perform their reach, which transfers all his Mars memories to John. And John gets mad about it, but he's like, I gotta go to work because I got called in. So they go to see the manufacturer, and then we have Monel runs into the kid that he saved back on, I guess, Krypton. I don't know. It's a part of it. So I just said Krypton. Kid's doing better. And then we have a bunch of stuff almost falls on them, but Kara and Monel manage to save everyone from that happening. Then John meets with Mr. Preston, and they talk about gun issues and gun violence. So basically, what's happening in real life is happening on the show. So they're trying to make that like a whole episode, which I kind of appreciate. So there's that, and so John threatens to pull out unless he gets all of the manufacturer who they sold it to. So they obviously will comply. And then let's see, where was I? And then we have Lena brings pieces to James, and then they also talk about stuff as well. And she has a gun herself because she's to defend herself and not to go crazy on people. So, because James was thinking about doing like he's thinking about doing an article. I'm not going to try to say the fancy word I was trying to say. Anyway, she so they were talking about that, and they're doing it in a civilized manner and trying to learn each different their different points of view and try to understand it, which I feel like is very hard to do for a lot of people because they're on their side and they stay on that side. So I appreciate that they are actually trying to communicate and to do all that. And then I cannot remember the assistant's name. I want to say Intsminger or something like that. It's Munger or something like that. Tess Smucker, something like that. Anyway, she comes in, and because Lena starts going over an article, and they have Jen Stein O'Grady mentioned, and I can't remember if that's supposed to be the person they're bringing in next season. Anyway, there was a mention of that, and then we have Kara back on Krypton, reminisces with friends. Then Kara sees a hooded person, and she confronts her, but the friend steps in and calms her down, so let's just call it a night, and you just get some rest. And then we had Dio is hitting dead ends. And then we cut to where the mom talks to Kara. And then we cut to where James IDs the guy. And it's Arthur Willis, and he bought 4 at the convention, but he passed the background check and he wasn't considered a threat. And then he did a manifesto, and he wasn't trying to rob a bank, he was trying to go to the law firm. So he's off to the law firm, and then John gets hold of the seller at the law firm from the lady. So he goes to talk to the guy, and he stops him with a very powerful speech, and it just makes everything really relevant to today's times. And then we have Kara walks around, then Monel finds her. Then Kara just thinks there's something off. And then Monel tells her why he stayed. And then Kara shared her dream with him that she had at the beginning of the season. And then the woman sent a drone after her, but she had her Legion ring on, which made her available to fly and stuff, so they were able to dodge it. And then the friend chews out the woman, and she comes clean, and she's one of the evil people. And then the mom calls her, the friend, and tells Kara to come with her. And then we have Wynn and John go over what they're going to do with the DO. And they're going to phase out the lethal weapons and want to start using non-lethal weapons. And then some people leave because he said, like, if some of y'all don't feel comfortable with that, y'all can be transferred somewhere else. So some people do leave, but a lot of people do stay. And then Helena is working with the assistant, because it turns out she also studied nuclear fission or fusion. And so they're working on the Black Rock and how it is. And then we cut to where John will do the reach with his dad. Alex looks at an adoption website, and Sam is starting to change back. She knows something's off and drops her glass. And it turns out that weirdo little Mexican guy stole the ship and brought with the woman and the followers, so all the dark people are on Earth, and they start to recreate the stupid fort again. And that's the end of the episode. What? I'll give this an A. Just a couple little key things. I was just like, really? But I think it's funny that Guardian was playing basketball because he was so bored out of his mind. Not James, but he was actually in his Guardian suit playing basketball. I thought that was funny. I do like the how they're flitting between Krypton and Earth and just kind of doing that whole thing. And I think it's just super interesting about everything. I feel like it was a really good episode. There was, like I said, there's only a couple little key little things, like little tiny little things. I was just like, but other than that, it was a great episode and I enjoyed it. So that's what I'm doing for this video because I'm super tired. It's like, I don't know, whenever this video goes up, backtrack it an hour. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing for this video. So if you like this video, please go to like, comment down below, tell me what you think of the episode. Do you agree, disagree? How do you feel about the message? And I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.